20 plants that nature made perfect. Donna Maria always said that nature was the best designer in the world. She doesn't make mistakes, she doesn't need a ruler or a computer, she said, while watering her plants on the apartment's balcony. And she was right. The plants were there, quietly, doing their job, providing shade, cleaning the air, feeding animals and people, even curing pain. But not everyone realized that. One day, his 12-year-old grandson Lucas came home from school with a task: to do a project on useful plants. "Grandpa, the teacher ordered us to research 20 plants that nature made perfect. But I don't know where to start," he said, throwing his backpack on the sofa. Donna Maria smiled, took off her glasses and pointed to the balcony. "So let's go. Nature has already done everything for you. You just need to look carefully." 1. Aloe vera. Nature's Pharmacy. Lucas took out a notebook and started taking notes. "This one is easy. Everyone knows aloe," he said, pointing to a large vase in the corner. "That's right," replied Donna Maria. "If you get burned in the sun, cut off a little piece and apply the gel. It gives immediate relief. My grandmother used it for everything, for skin, for hair, even for stomachaches." "But does it hurt when you cut it?" Lucas asked, wrinkling his nose. "A little, but it's worth it. It's as if the plant said, 'Here, this is for you to improve it.'" 2. The coconut tree, Cocos nucifera, the beach supermarket, and this one, asked Lucas, showing a photo of a coconut tree on his cell phone. "Ah, the coconut tree is incredible. It gives water, it gives food, it even gives shade. On the beach, just go up and get a coconut. The water is sweet, it refreshes, and the pulp is used to make coconut milk, oil, even candy. And there's still the shell left for making crafts. Like those cups we see at markets." Exactly. Nature doesn't throw anything away. Everything has a use. 3. Mint, mentha. The smell that heals. Lucas smelled a mint leaf that Donna Maria had in a small vase. "Wow, that smells good." "It's good, and it's good for you. If you have a stomach ache, make a cup of tea. If you have bad breath, chew a leaf. It's even good for repelling mosquitoes. It's a multi-purpose plant." "What if I plant it in my room?" "You can, but be careful. She grows up quickly and takes care of everything. It's like that visitor who arrives and doesn't want to leave." Lucas laughed. "Then it's best to leave it right here." 4. The sunflower, Helianthus annuus. The sun in the form of a flower. Look at this photo, Grandpa. It looks like a real sun. It's almost like that. The sunflower follows the sun all day, as if it were always keeping an eye on it. And it also gives us seeds to eat, oil to cook with, and even food for animals. It's a happy plant, which spreads joy. What if I plant one in the backyard? You'll have to water it every day and give it lots of sun. But when it grows, you'll see how beautiful it is. It's like having a little piece of heaven on earth. 5. Rue, Rudigravelans. The plant that wards off bad luck. Lucas grimaced. "I've heard of this one. My aunt uses it to ward off the evil eye." Yes, a lot of people believe that. But besides that, rue is good for earache and even for insect bites. You just can't overdo it, because in large quantities it can be harmful. So it's like a medicine with superpowers. That's right. But you have to use it carefully, like everything in life. 6. The avocado tree, Persea americana, the king of good fats. "I love avocado," said Lucas, licking his lips. "But I never saw the tree." It's a big tree, full of leaves. Avocado is a powerful fruit. It has good fat, which is good for the heart, vitamins, and can even be used to make a hair mask. And what about the seed? If you plant it, a new tree can grow. So can you make avocado a home? It works, but it takes a few years to bear fruit. It's like raising a child. You need patience and care. 7. Chamomile, Matricaria chamomilla. The flower that soothes. I know that one. My mom makes tea when I can't sleep. It's a small but powerful flower. The tea soothes, helps with digestion, and even relieves eye irritation. It's like a warm hug in the form of a plant. What if I plant it in my room? Yes, but it likes the sun. And when it blooms, it will attract little bees. They love chamomile. 8. The cactus, Cactaceae. The warrior of the desert. Lucas pointed to a small cactus on the shelf. "I know this one doesn't need much water." He's the master of survival. He lives in the desert, can withstand the strong sun, and even keeps water for when he needs it. And look how beautiful he is. He has thorns to protect himself, but he also grows beautiful flowers. He's like that tough friend who, deep down, is a sweetheart. And is it useful for anything besides decoration? Of course. Some species bear delicious fruit, like the prickly pear, and others are used in medicine. Nature doesn't do anything for nothing. 9. Lemon balm, Melissa officinalis. The tea of happiness. This one is similar to mint, right? It's from the same family, but the smell is milder, like lemon. The tea is great for anxiety, headaches, and even for those with insomnia. It's like a natural tranquilizer. So if I take it before the test, I'll get an A. Dona Maria laughed. It's not magic, Lucas, but it helps you feel calmer. And peace of mind is half the battle. 10. The banana tree, Musa. The tree that gives everything bananinha is the easiest fruit to eat, said Lucas, peeling one. And it's not just the fruit. The leaves are used to wrap food, as in the famous Bayou de Dois. The trunk provides fiber to make rope, and even the heart of the banana tree is edible. It's a generous plant. What if I plant one in the backyard? You'll have to wait a couple of years to harvest. But when it bears fruit, there will be bananas for everyone. It's like having a living pantry. 11. Rosemary, Rosmarinus officinalis. The herb of memory, I know that one. My mother puts it on meat. And it's very good. In addition to adding flavor, rosemary helps with memory. Students in ancient Greece used it to decorate things. And it's also good for circulation and muscle pain. So if I smell rosemary before the test, I'll remember everything. It's not like that, but it can help. And the smell is so good that it puts us in a good mood. 12. The Pitangera, Eugenia uniflora, the red fruit tree pitanga. I love it, Lucas exclaimed. It's a small fruit, but full of vitamin C. And the tree is beautiful, full of green leaves and white flowers. The birds love it. It's like an open-air restaurant. And can you make juice? It makes juice, it makes jelly, it even makes liqueur. And the peel is used to make tea. Everything is used. 13. The dandelion, Taraxacum officinale. The flower that flies. I've seen this one in my grandmother's backyard. It looks like a little yellow sun. And when it gets old, it turns into a pile of seeds that fly in the wind. Children love to blow it and make wishes. But it's not just pretty. The leaves are edible, rich in iron, and the tea is good for detoxifying the body. So it's a magical plant. Let's just say it's a plant full of surprises. Even the roots are used in medicine. 14. Lavender, Lavandula. The scent of calm. I know this one by its smell. My aunt has a sachet in her cupboard. It's a beautiful, purple flower that soothes just by smelling it. Lavender oil is used in aromatherapy, to relax, to sleep better, and even to relieve insect bites. It's like a spa in the form of a plant. What if I plant it in my room? It will make everything smell good and also scare away mosquitoes. It just needs sun and a little care. 15. Basil, Ocimum basilicum. The king of the kitchen. I use this one on pizza, said Lucas. And it's very good. In addition to adding flavor, basil is good for digestion, for sore throats, and even for repelling mosquitoes. And look how beautiful it is. It has green, purple leaves, even with a lemon scent. What if I plant it in the kitchen? It can, but it needs sun. And when it blooms, it will attract bees. They love basil. 16. Sage, Salvia officinalis. The herb of wisdom. Salvia? Never heard of it. It's an herb with velvety leaves, full of benefits. The ancients believed that it gave wisdom. Today, we use it to gargle, to relieve excessive sweating, and even to improve memory. So you're like a plant superhero. Let's just say it's a very respected plant. And it also makes delicious tea. 17. Boldo, Plectranthus barbatus. The liver's friend. This one my mother takes when she eats a lot. It's the natural remedy for a hangover. Boldo tea helps the liver work better, relieves poor digestion and even headaches. But you can't overdo it, otherwise it will be too bitter. So it's like a doctor in plant form. More or less. Nature is full of doctors like that. 18. Moringa, Moringa oleifera, the miracle tree. I've never seen that one. It's a small but powerful tree. The leaves are rich in vitamins, proteins, and even help fight malnutrition. You can make tea, salad, and even flour. It's like a superfood. And can you plant it here? It works, but it needs a hot climate. It's a plant that came from Africa and India, but it adapts well in various places. 19. Nettle, Urtica dioica, the plant that burns, but heals lupus gramaced. I know that one. I've already burned myself on it. Yes, it really burns, but it's one of the most medicinal plants there is. The tea is good for allergies, joint pain, and even hair loss. And the young leaves can be cooked and eaten, like spinach. So it's like medicine that's also food. Exactly. You just need to know how to use it. 20. Lemongrass, Cymbopagan, the tea that refreshes. This is what my grandmother makes when I have the flu. It's a delicious tea, which helps with digestion, relieves colic, and is also good for the flu. And the smell is so good that it even scares away mosquitoes. It's like having a spa and a repellent in the same plant. What if I plant it in the backyard? It will grow quickly and become tall, and it will also make the air smell good. Luke's work by the end of the afternoon, Lucas had written everything down. Grandpa, thank you. Now my work will be the best in the room. Dona Maria smiled. It's not just the work, Lucas. It's for you to remember that nature has already made everything perfect. We just need to take care and respect it. What if everyone knew this? The world would be a much better place. Lucas looked at the plants on the porch and smiled. Then I'll start right here. And so, between teas, smells and stories, Lucas learned that plants were not just green and quiet. They were friends, teachers, and even superheroes. And the best part, they were there, all the time, waiting to be discovered. Lucas put the notebook in his backpack and ran to the backyard. I needed to tell Bento, the family dog, everything. Bento was lying in the shade of the Jabuticabera tree, wagging his tail. Bento, you won't believe it. Citronella keeps mosquitoes away and also leaves the house smelling good. And aloe vera? It cures burns and leaves hair shiny. Bento raised his head and barked, as if to say, I already knew that, human. Lucas laughed. Okay, you're the smartest dog in the world. That night, Lucas couldn't sleep. He stared at the ceiling, thinking about the plants. He imagined a yard full of them, rosemary for good luck, mint for a stomach ache, rue to ward off the evil eye. And the lavender. He was going to plant this one very close to the bedroom window, to sleep better. The next day at school, Lucas couldn't wait to tell everything. At recess, he gathered his friends around the tree in the courtyard. Guys, did you know that nature has already invented everything? There are plants that heal, plants that feed, plants that even protect us. Pedro, the messiest friend, crossed his arms. Lucas, that's Grandma's thing. No, it's not. Look. Lucas opened the notebook and showed the drawings. Calendula, for example. It's orange, beautiful, and even helps heal wounds. And lemon balm? It makes a tea that calms even a math teacher. The friends laughed. But Laura, the quietest one in the group, approached. My mother uses aloe vera in her hair. She says it's magic. Exactly. And we don't even need magic. Just plants. Pedro scratched his head. What if we planted some of these at school? Everyone got excited. It could be in the corner of the garden, said Anna. We can take care of it and learn more. Lucas smiled. Grandpa will love to help. He knows everything about plants. At the end of class, the teacher walked by them. What are you two agreeing on there, huh? Teacher, we want to create a medicinal garden at school. Is that possible? She looked at the excited faces and smiled. Of course. But you'll have to research, take care of it and present it to the class. Okay. We are in, they all shouted together. On the way out, Lucas ran home, with Bento trotting alongside. On the way, he saw an abandoned flower bed near the bus stop. Look, Bento. There could be a garden too. For everyone to use. Bento barked again, as if agreeing. When he got home, Lucas went straight to the porch. Dona Maria was watering the plants. Grandpa, We are going to have a garden at the school. And then, who knows, in other places in the city. Dona Maria smiled. It started as a school project and now it's going to become a movement, right? Yes. Because if everyone knows the power of plants, no one will want to live without them. Dona Maria ruffled his hair. Then get to work, gardener. Nature is waiting. Lucas ran to his room and grabbed an old notebook. He flipped through the pages until he found a blank one. Grandpa, can I borrow a pen? Dona Maria took one out of her apron pocket and handed it over. What's the rush? I'm going to make a list of the plants that we can use in the school garden. And then, in other places. He wrote quickly. 1. Sunflower, attracts bees and looks beautiful. Bento jumped into his lap, almost dropping the pen. Calm down, Bento. You're going to help too, right? The dog wagged its tail and licked Lucas's hand. In the kitchen, the smell of coffee filled the air. Su Zhuao entered, wiping his hands on the dish towel. What's all the fuss? Lucas is going to save the world with plants, Dad, said Dona Maria, laughing. Su Zhuao looked at his grandson, curious. Really? And how do you do that? Lucas raised his head, excited. First, we plant it at the school. Then, in empty places, like that flower bed near the bus stop. Then people will see it and want to do the same. Su Zhuao scratched his beard. And who's going to take care of all this? Me. And the kids at school. And whoever else wants to help. Lucas paused. We could even ask Susie E. at the bakery to donate some old vases. He always throws them away. Dona Maria smiled. Already thinking like a leader, huh? Lucas blushed. I just want the plants to have a nice place to live. They deserve it. Mr. Zhuao nodded. Then it's agreed. Tomorrow we'll go to the bakery and talk to Susie E. And then, who knows, maybe we'll pay Dona Anna a visit? She has a backyard full of seedlings. Serious? Lucas almost dropped the notebook. Is she going to let us have it? If we ask nicely, she'll even teach us how to plant properly, said Dona Maria. Bento barked again, as if saying, let's go. Lucas closed his notebook and jumped out of his chair. So tomorrow we'll start. Today there's only one thing left. What? Asked Dona Maria. Name our project. Su Zhuao laughed. How about Jardin des Genti? Lucas thought for a while. I liked it, but I think it could be better. Bento jumped on the sofa and lay down on top of the notebook. Lucas laughed. How about plants for everyone? Dona Maria clapped her hands. Perfect. Now go to sleep, there's a lot to do tomorrow. Lucas said good night and went up the stairs. Before going to bed, he looked out the window. Outside, the moon illuminated the abandoned flower bed near the bus stop. He smiled. Soon there will be life again. Lucas woke up with the sun hitting his face. The smell of fresh coffee wafted up the stairs. He jumped out of bed, quickly changed his clothes and ran downstairs. Dona Maria was already in the kitchen. Good morning, sleepyhead. Coffee is ready. Good morning. Lucas took a cup and filled it to the brim. Today we really start, right? Of course. Mr. Zhuao has already gone to get the seedlings with Zi from the garden. She pointed to the table. There's bread with butter and guava paste. Eat it quickly, work won't wait. Bento entered the kitchen, wagging his tail. Lucas laughed and threw him a piece of bread. Today you're going to get some dirt on your paws, buddy. The three left through the back door. The abandoned site looked smaller during the day, but still full of weeds and trash. Su Zhuao was there, with a hoe in his hand and a crooked straw hat. They arrived at the right time. Look what Zi brought. He pointed to a pile of black bags on the floor. There's rosemary, basil, boldo, mint, even a cherry seedling. Lucas's eyes widened. All this. And where are we going to plant it? Dona Maria took a folded paper from her pocket. Here's the map we made yesterday. Each plant has its right place. Those that like sun go in the middle. Those that prefer shade, close to the wall. Su Zhuao handed Lucas a small shovel. Let's start by digging the holes. But be careful, eh? You can't hurt the roots. Bento smelled everything, barking softly. Lucas laughed. Okay, Bento. You keep an eye on the birds. They worked all morning. Lucas sweated, but didn't complain. With each seedling planted, he felt something different. Pride. Happiness. I didn't really know. I just knew it was good. Around noon, Dona Maria wiped the sweat from her forehead. Lunch break. Today there's feijoada. Feijoada. Lucas almost dropped the shovel. Serious? Of course. Planting makes you hungry. Sujoao blinked. While they were eating, Lucas looked at the flower bed. It no longer looked abandoned. There were neat rows. Some seedlings still had dirt on their leaves. What now? Are we going to water every day? Dona Maria shook her head. No need. Nature helps. We only water when the sun is weak, in the morning or late afternoon. Sujoao grabbed a glass of lemonade. And don't forget to talk to them. They say what plant they like. Lucas laughed. Talk? Like, say good morning. Exactly. They feel our energy. Bento lay down in the shade, tired. Lucas looked at the dog and then at the plants. So, good morning, plants. I hope you like it here. Dona Maria smiled. They already liked it. The next day, Lucas woke up even earlier. He jumped out of bed and went straight to the window. The flower bed was there, quiet, but different. The leaves looked greener. He ran downstairs. Dona Maria was already in the backyard, with a bottle of water in her hand. Come on, Lucas. Today we are going to see if any have sprouted yet. They approached slowly. Lucas held his breath. Then he saw it, a new green dot on the basil plant. Look, it's grown. Dona Maria laughed. I told you. They know they're at home. Bento came running and smelled the sprout. Lucas knelt down and touched the earth. Thank you, Basil. We'll take care of you. Sujoao appeared at the door. So, is there any good news yet? Lucas stood up, smiling. Yes, there is. We did it. And in that little piece of land, between laughter and dirt-stained hands, something bigger was being born. It wasn't just plants. It was hope. It was community. It was the beginning of something that no one there knew exactly what it was, but that everyone felt, something good.